Welcome to another episode of Diary of a Wannabe Comedian with me, Belle, a wannabe comedian. I am laughing because I don't know how many times I've started this podcast. I just can't seem to get it right today, and I don't know why that is. I've just come back from a meeting in central London. It was an equity meeting of Comedians Network meeting, and it was quite good. I recognised some people. I walked into the room and thought, I know them, I've seen them out on the circuit. So it was quite good from that perspective. I did get a bit offended. There was one person who made reference to the fact that there was no variety officer and hadn't been for some time, at which point I obviously put my hand up and said, I am said variety officer and have been in situ for some time. And you just think, if you came to the meetings, you'd know this. But hey, you know, what can you do? I think people just think if it's not in their face, it doesn't exist. But there you are. I learned a lesson, actually, because there's also a lot of material on the equity website that would be very useful to me as a comedian, and I should go and look at it. For example, the Comedian's Charter. And some of the venues that I would like to perform at have not performed yet, downstairs at the King's Arms being one of them. They actually operate within this charter. So, I mean, that's a positive. I'm all for a charter, me, because it's kind of people getting together and deciding to play by some rules, and I like that. Unlike our leader, who doesn't play by the rules, even though he says he plays by the rules. But as you know, this is not a political podcast, so we're not going to go down that route. £32,000 that man's had on clothes. 32,000. How many clothes? Wow. Don't get me started. You know, it irritates me because Lord Ali, if he's got that much money, I know so many creatives that have got wonderful projects that they would love to get off the ground, and they need, you know, not big sums, they need £30,000. And they only need that so that they can actually pay their friends to do work rather than relying on their goodwill, which they normally do. It's things like that. And you just think, and you're just giving someone who's already a multi-millionaire 32,000 for clothes. I beggars believe. Anyway, we're not going to go. I'm determined we are not going to go down that route. So what else have I been doing? I did my props course and I very much enjoyed that. My sculpture is coming along very nicely. I'm very happy with it. I seem to be very good with Sculpey. And I can only put that down to watching North of the Border. I've watched loads of his videos. North of the Border on YouTube, he's brilliant. If you haven't seen him, check him out. He's fabulous. And it feels like a medium that, although I've never touched it before this class, it feels like something that I know how to handle. And it must just be because I've watched him do his thing so many times. But I'm really enjoying that. I'm less enjoying the polystyrene sculpture, and that's because I don't like polystyrene. It sounds horrible. When you carve it, bits stick to you. I just don't like that. I don't like getting messy. Probably on the wrong course. But, you know, I'm not enjoying that so much. We'll see what it comes out like, but yeah, that's that. And what else did we do? We cast vegetables. So I cast the inside of a pepper. Don't quite know what I'm going to do with it, but it's drying in the classroom as we speak. And then the only other thing is I went to the cinema to see Outrun, which was about a girl battling with alcoholism because her father was bipolar and her mother turned to religion. That's it, really. Not the cheeriest of movies, and I did struggle a bit the way they filmed it. It was one of those that chopped about. You know, you saw bits in the past first and then came to present day and then it would go back again, and the only way you could try and keep up was by the colour in her hair, and it was all a bit tricky. The odd thing was a lady who just accosted me in the ladies afterwards. She said, "Oh, did you see Outrun?" Yeah, I'm trying to wash my hands and dry my hands, and just wanted to have a conversation about, she thought that she was bipolar as well. And it's like, I don't think that was the point of the movie, but, you know, whatever. Very odd to be accosted in that manner. But I guess she just wanted somebody to talk to. So that's kind of it, really, for creative stuff. I was thinking about it. I think I underdid the substance as a movie because I was just so fed up with the fact that it was just all about Demi Moore's nudity. But actually, as a movie, it was a very good movie. I think it will be a cult horror movie in the future. I found they used an awful lot of extreme close-ups, and some of them worked and some of them didn't work. But actually, as a movie, I thought it was very good. If you like a horror, go see it. So that's it. I'm going to go and see my mother. So I'm not sure what I'll have done by Thursday, but we'll see. Well, I will have done some more wallpaper stripping. I'm almost there. Almost there. Much love and gratitude.